Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday today, day 3 of Vlogmas. We're at the straight road. I mean, we're going to be here until we get a decent snowpack. Base. And then once we get that base, we will have an alternate location. Because then I can snowshoe on top of some pretty gnarly things that are not pleasant to walk through, like raspberry thickets. Okay, so it's kind of chillier today. You're going to be hearing a lot of crunch. There's not a lot I can do about that. I, of course, still have not found my snowshoes. So we are walking on snow and ice. I am wearing my rubber boots today with crampons. This is a Canadian winter staple in my opinion. If you don't have them, you need them. And they're basically just like a rubber harness for your boot. And then on the bottom they have, okay, let's see if I can do it, balancing in snow and ice. This is how I die. On the bottom they have, I don't know if you can really see it, but spikes. They might be a bit too snow covered. And they help grip when you're walking on ice. And I gotta tell you, the whole city is like basically a skating rink this morning. The roads are not too bad. Like seriously, the Ottawa snow removal and salt people, they do a really good job. But things like sidewalks, driveways, and of course out here where there is no snow removal, it's a little dodgy. You can see sort of it makes for rather challenging walking terrain. So I'm going slower than I would normally go. You can see the dogs are being a bit more careful than they normally are. Rowan and Bailey, gonna move on. Oh, I almost forgot again. Okay, so yesterday I lied. I said there was 12, there was 13. Today there's 9. We've got a small group today. So out in the front there, you've got Newton and Maggie, Kronk, Rory, May, Hamish, Bailey, Rowan, and Tucker. And we are just taking our time, making sure no one is slipping. It's not so bad, like if you step out onto the snow, you go right through, so the grip is not so bad, but you can see most of them stick to the path. So that's just something you gotta keep a careful eye on. It's not like I can put crampons on them. Rowan just thinks that the fact that he can eat the ground is hysterical. It's one of his favorite things. And as long as he's not eating grass, I don't care. The snow, whatever. He will have to pee a lot, but he'll figure it out eventually. Let's go! Go, go! And I mean, it is his second winter, so it's not like it's a new concept to him, but it's like new this year. That's why all the dogs sort of go crazy the first snow and whatever. Tucker, why are you behind me? Go. He's like, nothing, no reason. Yeah, that's just us today. Kind of chill. I have plans for Friday, Saturday, Sunday for videos for you guys, but this will be the last pack walk this week. So I usually only do pack walk Mondays through Thursdays, and then Friday is like my typical day off, though it doesn't always work like that. Where's Kronk? Kronk! Okay, Rowan, enough probably. But Mom, I can eat the ground. Rowan! Let that settle for a little bit, bud. Rowan! He's like, technically that was grass, not snow. Oh, funny kid. Yeah, so Friday I was going to do that winter gear video I was talking about. And then I also have slated a sort of enrichment toy, my favorites, and how to use them, how to like teach. Because some of the food puzzles, right, like you don't just put down in front of your dog and expect them to figure it out. So to teach how I introduce enrichment stuff to dogs. He's being such a brat to her today. He's literally like glued to her. Listen, hi. No, we're still going. Go. He's like, this is probably far enough. It's always funny because some of the dogs will try to tell me, like, hey, we can probably just finish the walk now. And depending on the weather conditions, I let them tell me that. Kronk, out of it right now. Thank you. Oh, God. Hi. No, we're still going, though. Thanks. And that's exactly how they tell me. Usually they sort of block my way and I look down and they look at me and they're like, dude. And I'm like, no, we're still going. But if it's inclement weather and more than one of them are telling me the same thing, I tend to be like, okay, that's the walk. And I mean, you guys have seen these videos for years and years. I walk in all weather conditions. The only time I don't do pack walk, Newton out! May out! Sorry, headphone users. Kronk! Rory! That looks like a hawk or bird of prey had a snack there. The only time I don't walk is if it's dangerous to drive, like if it's dangerous to be on the roads. And the way I judge that typically is like the city will ask people that if they can to stay off the roads. And since I'm not an essential service, those days I will stop. Or I won't walk. I'll obviously walk my guys, but I won't drive in the city. So, can we, children? I know, Bailey. You cut Rowan. No, that was really rude. Thank you. I'm coming from. I know. The guys in the front are like, why are you being so slow? But yeah, so that's why I thought a weather gear video would be good, because it's funny, I never used to think that I would be one of those people, like the people that dress their dogs. And then we got Murphy. Out. I sincerely dislike people sometimes. Murphy was like such a weather weenie that like I literally had to learn to sew clothes for him, because we also had a hard time. So he was half English Bull Terrier. So he basically had like Rowan's physicality, only a little bit bigger. Yeah, a little bit bigger. Which is good, because like I can adjust most of the things that I made for Murphy for Ro. But honestly, Ro is a lot tougher than Murphy was. Like, he's not as much of a weather weenie. Like Murphy in this weather, even I would put no. Well, serves you right. Go on. Okay, so for those of you who are like, what is going on? I'm just monitoring the play between Rowan and Bailey, because Rowan is an English Bull Terrier and he can get fixated. And when he gets fixated, he forgets his manners. So like if Bailey looks like she's still having fun, like her tail is loose and wiggly, Newton out! Bailey, I don't know what it is. That was not a request. Get going. No, Kronk, you're fine. Go, go, go. So I'm watching her body language more than, like, I know he's having fun. And even though that might look kind of mean, I don't know what's picking up on camera and what's not. Honestly, I can't really see the screen on my phone right now. Like, her play can be really rough. That's pretty normal for Bailey. So like if I'm seeing teeth, if she's like snapping at him, as long as she's like snapping away from him and not on him. I see lots of teeth. She'll chase him a little bit, but then she goes back, like she goes right back. Where I draw the line is when he pins her and she's not having fun anymore. Like all of that is fun for her. For another dog, it wouldn't be. They sort of give a shake. Kronk, out. I don't know what's there, but you guys are way too interested in it. Ooh, there she goes. Yeah, so there's like a lot of communication going between the two of them, and as long as he's being respectful of her, which he really is. Newton, not your play. Kronk. Not your business. So that little shake off that they did, that's ideally what I'd like to see every time they sort of stop playing. But see how he's still like completely fixated on her? Now he's being really polite about it and extremely polite about it considering his breed. Like bull terriers can be really, really, really pushy, which is why I pay attention to it. Oh man, oh god. And if he gets to be too much, then I'll put a stop to it. I'll walk him beside me for a little bit. So, but that's the kind of stuff that I look for in that play. Go. His paws are really taking a beating in this weather. That is more than enough, Rowan. No. A little bit of spatial awareness there, kid. No, leave her out. Go on. Good boy. Rowan. Now, in Rowan's defense, Bailey has created this because she plays really rough and she's one of the only dogs that will do that with him. So if he's in that kind of mood, he does this. Rowan. No means no, my love. But maybe not this time. Maybe not this time. And I will say the other thing I'm pretty confident about with Bailey, sorry about the wind guys, the audio must be questionable, is that she will absolutely tell him off if he's just being a complete jerk. And because she's a street dog, like her dog language is really, really, really good. Go on, Roar. Good girl. So I'm not worried about her pushing it too far. Like she knows how to tell him off and like when to back off telling him off, if that makes sense. May, you're blocking the road. Anyways, okay, so yeah. if you guys have any suggestions for what you want to see in Vlogmas, I have sort of a plan. Oh, maybe. Is he going to play? Yes. Good. Maggie, not your play. If you interrupt that, I'm going to be really upset. Oh, now it's your play. Yeah. Oh, no, Kronk's not done. It's so exciting to see him playing again. It's been sort of a long road to recovery here. Oh, get her. Hey, Mish! Not your play. And you're gonna get destroyed. It's like 160 pounds, bud. Oh, goodness. Are we gonna do some more zoomies? These two, though. Hey, Mish! No! Alright, so again, if you guys are confused there, that is because Hamish tried to nip, well, didn't try to, he nipped Kronk on the hindquarters. Which, again, terriers, it's natural that they play like that. Hamish! No! And unfortunately, I can't do what I usually do, which is I tell him to go find a stick before he plays, because then he's holding the stick and he's not so nippy. Hey, Mish. Mish! Thank you. Good. Very good. Okay, try again. Thing is Kronk doesn't play that way. So he's going to take a nip as this dog is trying to hurt me and then turn around and treat it like that. So in that case, I make sure that like Hamish stays out. It's part of the reason like I have the rule of only 2 dogs like wrestling like that. Like in zoomies, if they all join in, that's okay. But like wrestling like that, like it'll just be Ron and Bailey. And that's not necessarily because none of the other dogs want to play like that. It's because they know it's a 2 rule. Once you add other dogs in there, like in that case with Kronk and May, Hamish wasn't really playing with them, and it wasn't a good idea for him to like get in there because like he is little, even though he thinks he's like 17 times his size. But they're not paying attention to him, and he will like sort of pick who he wants to gang up on. So in that case, he was like quote unquote on May's side and quote unquote ganging up on Kronk. And if Kronk felt set upon, that's how a fight can start. Now, I have pretty good faith in Kronk that he can handle that situation without taking it too far. I know May is not going to do anything, and that Hamish doesn't mean to instigate a fight, but alright, I need to pause here because I need to pick that up. That being said, if I can prevent a fight from happening, then I will do everything in my power to do so. And like, it's just not safe to have more than 2 dogs wrestling like that together. Hi, good boy. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there because we're almost at 20 minutes and I don't even know how that happened, and the wind is picking up, and I gotta pick up. So, as per usual, if you guys have any questions about this or any other video, you know what to do. If you have a second to like, comment, and or subscribe, it is so appreciated. Thank you so much, everyone who does. Yeah, have an amazing day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.